So why is it so hard to moderate drinking? Why does one drink or two drink often end up leading to four, five, six, seven, or more? And we wake up the next morning with regret, wondering what happened, where did we go wrong? We set out to, have a couple drinks with friends, and before we knew it, it got out of control. Why does that happen, and why is it so hard for some people to control how much they drink? I just want to start by saying that I am very familiar with this experience because I was struggling with alcohol use disorder for nearly 10 years. And so I know what it's like to feel like you really want to be able to control your drinking and moderate your drinking, but it just honestly feels impossible to do. The reason that this happens is because when we drink alcohol, it floods our brain with feel-good hormones. It's giving us way more pleasure than anything else is in life, whether it be food or sex or exercise or anything else you enjoy. When you drink alcohol, it's really flooding your brain and overwhelming your brain with pleasure. Now, if you do this on occasion and in moderation, it's not a huge deal, but where it becomes problematic and crosses over into alcohol use disorder and getting to that point where we really no longer have control over our consumption is really when we repeatedly drink to excess over a period of time. And a lot of people, myself included, do this kind of innocently. We drink, we party, we have fun. We're not setting out to develop alcohol use disorder, but it's really just what happens by enough repeated drinking, enough repeated times of flooding your brain with all the feel-good hormones from alcohol. It starts to change your brain over time. And on some level, what happens is your brain is actually then mistakenly equating alcohol to a survival need, because as humans, we equate survival with pleasure. And so when your brain is constantly getting flooded with this huge amount of pleasure and reward from alcohol, it starts to think, hey, I need to really remember this substance. This must be something that helps me stay alive because it's giving me so much pleasure. And so when that happens, someone has then crossed over into alcohol use disorder. And oftentimes what they experience is obsessive compulsive thinking about alcohol. They're craving alcohol. Maybe it's hard to go a couple days without drinking. And of course, when they do drink, they no longer have an off switch. Their tolerance has increased, and it's really easy for a couple of drinks to turn into a really heavy drinking session. But the great news is that there are actually alternative treatments that exist today that don't require you to quit drinking, but they actually reverse the changes in the brain that have been caused by alcohol use disorder. This treatment is called the Sinclair Method, and you can learn more about it with the link in my bio or all the other videos and information I have on here as well.